Looking at an 8848. We're going to take it apart and put it back together. So we got 4 case cover screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pulling those out. Thank you, Anthony.
No problem.
Sorry. Okay, so there's those 4 screws. Put them aside nice and neat. Pop the cover. And here what you'll see is...
Yes, it does.
A retaining plate, and this holds all the spring and everything in place. Now the thing you got to watch out for is this is a very strong spring. We're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers to take it out and to install it. So here we go with a pair of needle nose pliers. I can gently push that back, pop out the retractor, and I can pull out the hubs. And I can let that out, okay? So you see that spring it's ready to kill you. Then we've got the toggle and the spring for the toggle. I'm going to pop those out as well. Sorry, Dave. All right. This is a spacer bushing that I'm just going to leave in there. That stands off the guide plate for the retractor. I'm just going to leave that there. You can see a latch retractor paddle. I'm going to put that off to the side. And heck, let's do this methodically. I'll take out the thumb turn hub. All right. And here's the bolt with the spring. You can pull that out. Once you get the latch out, you can get that out. So the latch is now out, and the bolt twists out and comes out. That probably didn't pop out on you. And we've got a pivot pin for the retractor lever. Okay, so we have the retractor lever and pin. We've got the thumb turn hub. We've got the latch and bolt. We've got case cover screws, latch and bolt. We've got the spring for that. We've got the retractor. We've got a stop. We've got the inner and outer hub. And we've got the cylinder latch retractor, and here's your toggle. So we're going to go through and put all these back in the lock. We'll start with the bolt. You're going to angle right in there. That top hole at the top, and with just a little bit of finagling, that'll go in. I jumped the gun. We should have put the retractor lever in first. There we go. That goes in with this pin. There we go. The pin drops in just like that. Now the bolt goes in, and you can see there's a slot for that to stay in alignment. I'm going to lift that up out of the slot and drop the... Oh, and there we go. You just have to angle this in because it's got a secondary plate, and drop that in just like so. There we go, just like that. Just got to make sure those are in the right order. So there you go. And you can put the bolt and thumb turn spring in. There you go. That's in there. That's not going anywhere. Next is the latch. So I'm going to drop the latch in. Let's see. When you do the latch properly, you drop that spring in, line it up on the pin, put that in, and slide it into place. Again, there's a slot for the tail of the latch bolt to maneuver in. Then we have a stop, which we'll put in right now with the toggle for placement. There we go. We've got the toggle spring, and I'm going to drop that in right now. So the way to get that in is the way to get that in is to cheat, but I can't. So here we go. So I'm popping that in like this. Takes a little bit of manipulation.
This is another one he did. He keep doing that. That was last beat. Look at that line. And this is still with the sandblast now. Looks more profound. It's better, but no.
Okay. So I've got that in. I got to drop it down. This is tough because it wants to just pop around. I'm going to drop that stop in place. There we go. You can see it's holding itself in place, but that's as far as you get usually. All right. Next is to drop in the retractor and the hub, just like so. We've got a cylinder latch retractor that can go in. You can see it drops right here. Good. We got the cylinder set screws; those drop in right here. Okay, now this is the tough part. I saved it for second to last, and that is getting this spring in place. So I like to grab it with the pliers. Yeah. And I took the retractor back out, pulled that spring over, and watch out, that spring, if it pops loose, it'll rip right into your fingers. So you gotta hold it. Dropping the retractor in, and forcing that into place. There you go. Now I'm putting on the guide for the retractor, pushing it down for alignment, watching out that I hold the retractor with one hand at all times because I do not want that spring to pop out and cut my finger. So there we go. That's in place. I reset the cylinder set screws, and I line up my case cover. There we go. You can see there are a couple of points that you have to get to line up. That's here, 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 here. All these pins, you're going to have to push a little bit. There you go. I pushed you can use a spindle to push the latch. You can use a screwdriver or another spindle to turn the thumb turn. And then you're going to want to get all these 4 screws back in place. Do not take your hand off the cover at any time. And remember, I've done this just for some random hand. You've got to set your hubs based on the handing you need. With the ears on the interior, on the exterior side. The hub with the ears on the exterior side. So, best of luck.